So let's start today, mathematicians, with our I can statement. We are beginning Unit 2, and one of the good things about Unit 2 is you all have developed a strong number sense of place value from Unit 1. So we're going to continue building on that work, and we're going to extend. So let's see, I'm so excited. Let's see what we're learning in Unit 2. Okay, so as we do every day, let's go ahead and look at our I can statement. Okay, because it's important that we know what exactly we're doing. Oops, I forgot to start my timer. It's important that we know exactly what skill we're focusing on and setting those goals. So this says I can fluently add and subtract within 100 using strategies based on place value, operations, which mean adding or subtracting, and or the relationship between addition and subtraction. So like we always do, we kind of go in there and we identify those important keywords. Okay, so add is an important word. We're going to be subtracting. We're going to be using strategies. And while we're using the strategies, we're going to be working on place value with addition and subtraction. And we're going to see how addition and subtraction are related. You all love doing your fast facts on Fridays. And so this week, next week, I'm attaching a fast fact sheet so you can build in that fluency. You continue practicing that fluency and challenging yourself. So that'll be fun for you to do with your parents and just keep competing within yourself, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and begin. This week we're going to be focusing on addition. With today and tomorrow, we're going to focus on addition with using place value. So when I speak of place value, remember we're talking about using rods and units, okay? Or tens and ones, groups of tens and one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let's show you the anchor chart first. Okay, so when you are adding, you're going to be seeing numbers posed in different ways, equations, okay? You're going to see an equation horizontally, okay? That means across. If you put your hand like this, that's what horizontal means. You're going to see it across like that. So we see the first addend is 26. The second addend is 12. So 26 plus 12 equals, and what is our sum? Okay. You're also going to see it like this. It's called vertically. So if you were to put your hand like this, up and down, that's vertically. Okay. So we have 26 and we have 12. And your plus sign, look at the way I have it formatted. The plus sign goes down here in the corner like this. And if you have a piece of paper and pencil with you during our mini lesson, or you have a whiteboard and marker, you can go ahead and write these problems down, because then we will practice solving using place value. So first grade, as we usually do, and you know I call it place value it. Place value your tens place, and then place value your ones place, okay? And I have it written over here, underline the tens place, and then I circled the ones place, and your sum goes right over here, okay? So no matter if it's written horizontally or vertically, you solve it the same way, okay? So if it's vertically, I just went ahead and underlined my tens place, and then my ones place, I identified that, so I can just add those together. If it is vertically, I put a line down the middle, and you still see you have your tens place, and then you have your ones place, okay? If you want to just take a moment and go ahead and write. Okay, so now let's look at using our rods and units. You're going to hear the word model. Whenever we say model or represent, we mean to show. Now, a lot of you do mental math. You use the mental math strategy, which is fine. But often you are going to hear us say, show your work with representations. When we say that, it means show us, kind of like what's going on in your brain when you're problem solving. So let's go ahead and look at our tens place. Okay, and I hope you have a math buddy. Okay, and if you do, let's go ahead and look at your tens place. We see how many tens are in 26. We have two groups of 10. So there's my two groups of tens. All right. how many tens do I have in 31? And if I covered that up, I see I have 3 groups of tens. I circled my ones place. How many ones do I have? I have 6 ones, or we also call them units. In the number 31, how many ones do I have? Right, I have 1, 1. So now when I find my sum, all I have to do is first add my rods and then add my units, okay? So let's go ahead and count that together. Okay, let's see how many tens we have. All right, and it really also helps to start with a larger number. And right away we see this group of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be 5 in our tens place. Okay. How many ones do we have? We have 6. We have 6 ones plus 1 1, and that equals, right, 7. And remember, I'm going to go ahead and label these. Remember, when you are drawing your representations, it is always best to stay organized with drawing your units and your rods. Because when you start getting really organized and just throwing them anywhere on the paper, it makes it more difficult to count the altogether number. So read it with me. Let's read the equation. 26 plus 31 equals 57. And then remember, always go back and check your work with one-to-one correspondence. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57. It's always important to go back and check that work. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's try one on our own. I'm going to use my deck of cards, and if you're using your deck of cards at home first grade, I know that you all like to use the jack, the king, the queen, and the ace. But remember, just like in school, we're going to pull those out. Okay, because I know some of you like to make it whatever number you want, but we just want to stick to the values that we see on the cards. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm just going to pull out a number. All right, my number is 4. So if you have a whiteboard in front of you or paper and pencil, can we please write 4 in our tens place? All right, let's go ahead and pick out a ones, 3. So let's write our number in standard form. Let's continue to use that verbiage. Standard form, 43. And let's make an addition problem. Plus, okay, let's pull out 2 more numbers. 2 is in my tens place. And then I pulled out another 3. Okay, this just makes it a little bit fun for the kiddos to be able to pull out those numbers to randomly come up with something. Okay, so if you can, go ahead and write down 43 plus 3, 43 plus 23. And let's go ahead and place value it to show our tens and our ones. Okay, 43 plus 23. In our first digit, we have how many ones? How many tens? That's right, 4. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 4 tens. Remember, when you make your tens, I only want you to put the value in it. Don't waste time putting all of the squares in there, because you're going to waste more time doing that. Okay, so as you can see here, I went ahead and I 10, 20, 30, 40. I have 4 tens there, and then I have 2 groups of tens here, which make 20. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add my ones in the number 43. How many ones do I have? That's right, I have 3 ones. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. In the number 23, how many ones do I have? I have 3, so go ahead and draw me 3 ones, or 3 units. and I'm going to put the value of 1 in each unit. Okay, then let's go ahead and add that all together. And you turn and talk to a buddy and tell me how many 10s I have all together. We can go ahead and count. Right, we have a group of 4 here and a group of 2, which makes 6. We have 6 groups of 10s with a value of 60. Okay. Let's go ahead and count our units or our ones. 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 units. So all together, we have our sum is 66. Again, let's go back and check our work. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So I have 6 groups of 10s. Remember, put 6, not the number 60. Let's count our units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 units. There are 60, our sum is 66. Let's go ahead and try it with our up and down, or remember our vertical. Writing it the vertical way. 43 plus 23. 43 plus 23. Now, when y'all do your fast facts, you use 1 digit. Okay, this week your fast facts are going to have 2 digits in one of the numbers. Okay, so we have 2 digits. So remember, we're adding within 10. So let's go ahead and split and label. Okay, remember the number all the way to the right is always going to be that 1's place. And then we have the 10's place. Now, when you're adding this way, I still want to see your units. You have 3 units here and 4 rods here. So I'm going to go ahead and make those. Okay, as you can see right next to the digit, I went ahead and I showed that representation. So now I'm going to go do that for 23. Do you see we have 2 groups of 10s and we have 3 1s. Okay. So sorry, a tree limb just fell on my roof and it kind of scared me because I didn't know what it was, but it just rolled off the window, outside the window. Okay, so let's go on. Okay, ready? We have 4 10s and we have 2 10s down here, so let's add it together. 4, 5, 6. And then we have 3 units plus 3 units is 6. So our sum is 66, okay? So mathematicians, whenever you are solving problems this week, I want you to show your work using your place value, meaning your rods and your units. And remember, you have paper at home. You can draw your representations or your models of that number at home to add them all together, okay? And I think that's it. If you have any questions, go ahead and please feel free to continue to reach out to me. But again, we've been working on this, and now we're just, looking at 2 2-digit numbers, and we're adding within that 100. And this continues to build that strong number sense for you all to do that fluency that you love to do whenever you challenge yourself during the fact fluency that you all do. Okay, so happy math, and if you need anything, give me a call. All right, bye, mathematicians.